All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Colman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. And yes, for those of you on YouTube, this is the latest of CPOF hats available. They are very comfortable. They come in all different colors: red, blue, green, navy, and slick black. If you wore front or back. All right, that's enough on that. Maybe if we leave that there, it'd be great. Just for the, the viewers. So we're going straight into this week's episode, touching on the likes of a Q&A I have got from people that I mentor, coach, and train, and also my social media platforms. So if you're not following me there, I definitely recommend it. Colman Power Organic Fitness on everything. TikTok, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, and that's also my website, Colman Power Organic Fitness. So straight away, let's get into this week's show. So when I set my timer for 30 minutes, I get asked these questions. I love it because these are the type of things that you want to know a little bit more about, and I am most certainly going to tell you. And the first of the questions is chia seeds or flax seeds. Which should you consume? Which is better? And how to use chia and flax seeds. And I go into cacao and touching on, I suppose, how to hit your magnesium daily requirements without the supplements. Those are the three main topics that are in this week's show. So straight away, we'll go into chia seeds or flax seeds. And I have both of these in my current diet for the fact that they are great sources of omega-3. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. So it speeds up, I suppose, your muscle recovery, improves your skin health, as well as your cognitive function. Healthy fats are so important in your diet, and we're not consuming enough of omega-3 healthy fats. Typically, we get enough of omega-6 because why? They're found in higher concentrations in most certainly all foods. So when you're looking to improve your diet, it's trying to get foods that do contain higher amounts of omega-3. And remember, higher omega-3 content is found in all organic foods. That's just because nutrition comes from the soil and what is grown in the ground. Organic produce, fish, labash, as well as chia seeds and flax seeds, getting them from reputable sources. And where I actually get my chia seeds is from New and Naturals. Bish, bash, bosh. Actually, a discount code for that. Colman 15 if you want to check it out. Flax seeds, I get them from Linwoods. Don't have a discount code for those. You just have to suck that one up and go to the store. But there are also other ones available. And when you're getting your organic produce, always look out for the logos. And reading labels is one thing I talk about and discuss on several different top shows. And reading and looking out for the logos. Logos that I recommend, I wish I had a packet right now, would most certainly be the green registered, no organic produce around me, the green registered European recognized golden leaf. And after that, you have the Soil Association, you have the USDA approved logo too, which is just literally the symbols of USDA in black and white. And those are the things you look out, and that, I suppose, is a sure indication that those food items are organic for your consumption, which I recommend, because it's not only beneficial for you, it's also beneficial for the environment, because especially grains and such as flax and chia seeds can be grown with genetically modified seeds, and GMO seeds are not something that I am a major believer of. Why? Because they are produced by the company Monsanto, who produced glyphosate, and glyphosate is actually a carcinogenic, which it means it has been proven to cause cancer, and that is, it's been scientifically proven. So if you want to support, I suppose, not only your own health, but also the health of the future, I do recommend you to get organic produce that does not use and is strictly forbidden in using GMO seeds. So these are really important to add into your diet, both chia seeds and flax seeds, especially if you don't eat meat or consume fish. But either way, I do consume fish and I consume organic meats as well. And their produce, such as eggs, and those are high in omega-3s as well. Either way, what they do have a major advantage of is fiber. Fiber is something that meat sources do not have, and that's why I have a preference towards people having, I suppose, a bit more plant-based foods in your diet, such as chia seeds and flax seeds. These food items but fiber have many super benefits to your overall health. Fiber binds to toxins, whether you have a healthy diet and a healthy ass diet like myself. I still have toxins be pulled out of my body due to the fact that there is and I do come into contact with pollutants, such as in the air that I breathe and in the water that I drink and in the foods that, because not every food, there is no food that has no toxins in it. And that is just worth noting. No matter how clean or healthy your current food or diet is, it's important to have fiber. Fiber's second benefit is to your gut health. Improved gut health is really important right now for improving your immune system, because 60, if not 70% of your immune system is located in your gut. And then when you're eating higher fiber foods, such as these chia seeds and flax seeds, you are going to naturally improve your gut microbiome. Your microbiome is something that is called the second brain. In fact, there are more organisms found located in your stomach than there are cells in your body. So in fact, that may be the case that we, I suppose, a second being. And there's a book that I highly recommend that I put in the show notes for you guys to check out on gut microbiome. And when you realize that your immune system is improved, you are satiated a hell of a lot more when you have fiber in your diet. And when you're satiated, that just means you're fuller for longer. You're much more likely to make better food choices and not tend to overeat, which actually helps in, I suppose, your weight loss or your fitness goals. Because that's what it's all about. It's eating foods that keep you fuller for longer and getting the good stuff into your diet as much as you possibly can. And that's where the saying came from day one. Oh, get on that good stuff. That's where it came from. Filling yourself up. It's the opportunity costs. Because when you eat healthy food choices, it makes it less likely for you to then want the food choices that are processed in your diet. So now going back to the question, which is better? So chia seeds, we'll touch on those first, because C is before F in the alphabet, as starting up my name. So chia seeds actually have higher insoluble fiber. So what that actually does is speeds up. How I remember this, there are two main types of fiber. It's insoluble and soluble. So insoluble is something when it goes in, it wants to go straight out. In, out, that's the quick one. And soluble, it slows down digestion. So slowing down digestion increases the absorption of the foods that you are currently consuming. You need a balance of those. So, but to touch on chia seeds, it has higher insoluble fiber, which is a benefit for your digestive system. Gets things flowing in a nutshell. And chia seeds are easier to digest, and it's something that doesn't have to be ground, or they can be found ground, but they don't have to be ground. What I do highly recommend you to do with your chia seeds is most certainly steeping them. So steeping them either in hot water or overnight in chilled, or putting them into the fridge is something that people also like to do. But the other main advantage of chia seeds is that they are a complete protein. Complete protein means it contains all 9 essential amino acids. So these are the building blocks of muscle as well as protein, and people not consuming enough of that keeps you fuller for longer. That is the main reason for people to eat protein. People are not consuming enough protein, especially from plant-based sources that are complete protein. The other complete protein sources that I do recommend will be tofu and tempeh. Tofu being and does contain all 9 essential amino acids as well, but tempeh being a fermented food, which is a natural prebiotic. I do love gut health, so make sure you're adding in complete protein sources from plant-based. Chia seeds, I know you're not eating enough of those, because why? Because you listen to this podcast and you're intuitive about which is better, chia seeds or flax seeds. Just teach you for that. And other complete protein sources we just mentioned that I have a separate podcast in would be, I've mentioned on previous episodes, would be chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, tofu I mentioned, and fish will also be up there too. I'm going to the country markets after this to get myself some fresh fish from the fishmonger, and I'm looking forward to that in itself. So then, now we're going on, which is better? We'll go over to the flax seeds. Flax seeds are most certainly something that is and has higher omega-3. Omega-3, as I said, is something that you want more of in your diet. So for anyone who's looking for reduced inflammation, definitely adding in flax seeds, whether it be to a smoothie, I do recommend, or any way at all for that matter. But it's actually a way of improving your cognitive function. So omega-3 has been scientifically proven to improve your brain's ability to concentrate and retain information. So I have a niece as of about 6 months ago, and we're currently getting her to consume more of these healthy foods at a younger stage. Why? Because brain development is very important. So whether you have a child, children, See, that's how far away I am from having kids. If you have a child or children, make sure they have omega-3 healthy fats in their diet. And that is something that we are giving a child, but you don't have to, I suppose, have a children or a child to gain the advantage or to, I suppose, get them to eat it. You can also eat it too. So, what a funny topic, children, on this week's episode. Too funny. So, what other advantages does flaxseed have? It's the advantage of a particular type of fiber. It's called lignans. Okay, lignan is something that binds to toxins and has been proven to reduce chronic inflammation, and chronic inflammation can be the cause of serious illnesses such as heart disease and even the likes of cancer. So all of those we do not want, because it's the fact that you want to be healthy, and health comes from the foods that you eat on a regular basis. But also flax seeds have been proven to gain the benefit and reduce the symptoms of menopause. So for those women that do listen to this podcast, adding in flax seeds to your diet is really important. And just mentioning on, again, back to the likes of which is better, the whole idea of it is, if the answer is A or B, and you can do both, I highly recommend you to add both of these to your diet in, I suppose, amounts that suit and fit your fitness goal. Because this is the main point that I'm going to touch on right now, because these are both healthy fats. Healthy fats contain 9 kilocalories, because omega-3 is a healthy fat. They contain 9 kilocalories per gram. So I suppose if you are looking to, I suppose, reduce down your body fat, using these and incorporating them in incremental amounts, so that it doesn't prevent you from being in a calorie deficit. That is important for you if you're looking to lose weight. But this is the next important point. Listen to this and underline. I'm going to say it twice. These are the foods I don't want you to take out of your diet first, because these are from a single ingredient. These have high omega-3s, and it's more so people that are not consuming enough of these foods that are preventing them from losing weight. It's more so highly processed foods. So eating more foods that benefit you on a regular basis is exactly what you need to do. And these are great for adding into your diet. And how is the next question? Do I use flax seeds and chia seeds? That's coming up right here, right now. Glad you stay tuned for that. So chia pudding is something that I do on a regular basis. You can add fruit to it. You could add most certainly a protein scoop if that's in, I suppose, something that you're currently taking in your diet. The one that I currently use is Sunwire. It's a plant-based protein. It's an organic, registered, USDA approved protein supplement that helps me hit my protein targets. And it's something that could also be made as a dessert, because it has a vanilla flavoring in it, which is delicious and doesn't have a major effect on your blood sugar levels, which is important for those individuals who have diabetes or are looking to, I suppose, have an improved health. So that is something, just a simple, small amount of protein supplement, some chia seeds, and maybe some oat milk with some fruit that you would add into it. Fruit that are in season are yacon, but typically people want something slightly sweeter. Strawberries, blueberries would also be great. And if you, I suppose, froze those in the midsummer glut, which I recommended people to do when there was an abundance of them, when your fruit bushes that you have at home, or the black berries or black currants, blackberries were most certainly in abundance in September and October this year because of the high temperatures. You picked a lot of those, you put them into the freezer, didn't you? You did. Nod your head. You did, because I told you to do that on a separate podcast and on other social media platforms. If you did that, you're going to be unbelievably set up for a Christmas, such as my family, Christmas chia pudding classic for a dessert. There we go. Yes, yes. And I like to sprinkle cinnamon on that there as well, because it controls my blood sugar levels and it's high in antioxidants. These are just the smaller things that I add into my diet on a regular basis to, I suppose, improve my overall health. And you can too, if you just add it in. That's it, in a nutshell. So those are the chia pudding that I recommend you to add into your diet. Other ways to add in flax seeds would definitely be flax seeds crackers would be one way. I also have a video on YouTube how to make those and popping them into the oven. And those are things that actually happen at the retreat that Cara mixes up, who's the qualified nutritional therapist who is coming. Who's coming? Most certainly, she got to be coming. And it's on the 22nd of January. If you were looking to, so we'll book into that, hit me up with a message on Instagram or just pop me over an email at Colman. Power Organic Fitness is where you can get me and contact me in relation to those events coming up in the new year. So, and how else do I use it? On stir fries. I don't cook with flax seeds. I don't cook with flaxseed oil actually either, because it has a lower smoke point. A cooking oil that I would definitely recommend using ahead of flaxseed oil would be at a high temperature, coconut oil, and at a medium to low heat would most definitely be extra virgin olive oil. And other ways that I use flax seeds would be just sprinkling onto stir fries, and with the other one being putting on my oats, whether it be overnight or on my porridge, oh God, or savory oats are another thing that are really easy for them to be added to. So those are the two, I suppose, things that I use them in. And then we'll go on to our next question, which is cacao powder. What are its benefits? It is something I have in my diet on a massively regular basis. It's high in antioxidants. Antioxidants are something you're not consuming enough of. They reduce stress, they reduce inflammation, and it's something that you need to add to your diet if you want to be healthier. Whatever diet you pick, please don't pick a diet before you understand foods. That is my preference. And cacao powder is a natural prebiotic. Again, good for gut health, winning. It comes from a bean. Yes, I get mine from New and Naturals. Also, that discount code works for that too. Colman Power. You just Colman 15. That's it. It's my name. COLMAN. We're putting that in the show notes below. So check that out. They're a Galway-based company. Bish bash bash. But you can get any, I suppose, organic cacao powder in your health food shops or wherever you do your shops. Yes, wherever you do your shopping. One thing about cacao powder, it's something that people consume in dark chocolate, and people go, oh my God, I feel great after I have dark chocolate. And that's as a result of the cacao powder, because why? 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, as we touched on, and that being a natural prebiotic, it feeds the beneficial microorganisms in your stomach. Just remember that more of these prebiotics makes you feel better. And I don't recommend you to eat the whole bar of the dark organic chocolate that you have. I recommend you to add, I suppose, in cacao powder that actually doesn't have as much sugar in it. That would be better for your overall health. And I do love, that's another way of doing it, in your chia pudding or your overnight oats. And those are two things we definitely do at the retreats, because why? Cacao powder is something that I do recommend to anybody I mentor, coach, or train on a regular basis. Bash, it's delicious. Similar taste to chocolate as well. And that is something that I must touch on. It has in benefits, another benefit of cacao powder, it improves your blood flow. Anytime you consume foods that do improve your blood flow, it is going to carry those vitamins and minerals from the whole foods, from your greens, your purples, your reds, which are all antioxidants that are regularly mentioned, your anthocyanins, your beta-carotene, your chlorophyll, and your purple anthocyanins. Lycopene is the red, like this jacket I'm wearing right now. It's sleeveless. I do taking this jacket off because the fire is absolutely nearly melting me on my right hand side. I have a hot red here, and that is something that I'm going to touch on right here, right now. Other foods that improve your blood flow, most certainly that are in season, are beetroot and greens such as arugula, rocket, tatsoi, and there are still, because of the high temperatures, some leafy salad greens that are in the salad bags that I currently grow and sell. And there will be also at the retreats. I know I keep mentioning the retreats. Wives cannot wait for the next one. It's like pretty much a holiday. Literally going grounding in the morning, yoga. We've got the breakfast following that. We have Joe Maloney, the personal development coach. Unreal stuff there, lads. Sea swims, hikes, walks, training, exercise, talks on the benefits of organic foods, and anything healthy. We is doing it from the AM to the PM. And the final thing I'll be touching on is, I suppose, touching on magnesium and how to get your magnesium requirements from whole foods without taking a supplement. So this is the breadwinner if you have cacao powder in your diet. 15 grams, which is just a big spoon, or 5 teaspoons. Sorry, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just confusing you completely. So 15 grams, which is 1 big spoon, like a soupy spoon. Or you could use smaller spoon, which is called a teaspoon, and each one of those teaspoons is called 5 grams. So 1, 2, 3 of those will get you your 15 grams as well. That's 40%. So 15 grams, just leave it at that. 15 grams, if you're weighing it, is 40% of your daily recommended amount of magnesium. That is really important because magnesium is something that most certainly aids in a good night's sleep, relaxes muscles, reduces stress, and is something that can increase your energy levels. It's used for over 300 different processes in the body. And if you're getting it from whole foods, you have the added advantage of fiber. Fiber good for gut health improving your mood, is also good for your immune system. All these things we want in abundance right now, right here, right now. That song just comes to mind. Other things I do recommend would be spinach. 100 grams of spinach, whether it's perpetual spinach, that is something that you can, or rainbow chard, are two things that are high in magnesium. 100 grams of that, about half a bag, is something that contains 20%. So that's 60% already. Another 15 grams of hemp seeds, which I also have in my diet on a regular basis. And if you're plant-based or if you have a meal without meat, I do recommend you add it in. Why? It is a complete protein and it contains healthy fats. Yes, add those in. And those omega-3s are in high concentrations in that as well. It is something that gets you from the 60 to the 80. And the last 20% then can be made up from other nuts and seeds, whether it be pumpkin seeds, are really high in magnesium, also high in zinc, good for your immune system. Lads, eat the foods, eat the whole foods. And that is just a simple way for you to get, and French beans and any beans will also have magnesium as well. That is a simple way of getting you to hit your magnesium requirements on a daily basis from whole foods. Most people are looking for supplements. What supplements don't have is, I suppose, and why people recommend supplements, firstly, is the fact that people don't make money off vegetables, and definitely don't make a lot of money from organic vegetables. And that's kind of sad that people are being conned and they're wasting their money on supplements. And sometimes supplements don't even work. Why? Because the body wants to, I suppose, wants to digest food, and digestion starts in the mouth. That is the chewing of the food, the sensations being sent to the brain, signals through neurotransmitters all the way down to your stomach. And that connection between the stomach and the brain is called the vagus nerve, which is really important. And after that, then it's the realization that people who are trying to sell you supplements are looking to make money themselves. Whole foods are what I've always recommended. You can take magnesium supplements. That's absolutely fine. It's much easier to do it that way. But try and add in more magnesium for the foods, such as the ones I'm recommending. Cacao. You have your beans, whether it be French beans that I also have to freeze in the glut season, midsummer. And you can get those, you can get fresh or you get them frozen, which is better. The whole idea of it is whatever one you can get your hands on is probably the best one right now, going into the winter months. Then you have the hemp seeds, they're absolute breadwinner, and greens such as spinach. You can definitely have rainbow chard, which is really beneficial to your overall health as well. And these are the whole foods that I eat, and these are the whole foods that I recommend, because the whole foods are in season, and if they're not in season, they're being frozen, and they're what you need for optimal health. Gut health is, I suppose, one of the most important things for not only your immune system, not only your serotonin, but for your overall health. Not enough people realize that these foods I recommend, I highly recommend them to be gotten as best you can local. I recommend them to be getting organic. Why? Because you're supporting somebody, and they're not only beneficial for you, but they're also beneficial for the environment. These foods are something that help you long term. Supplements are not what I recommend to everybody first, because the definition of a supplement is to supplement. I'll be writing if there was Instagram images here on TikTok. Supplement what you cannot get from your diet. It's key. Any greens are going to have magnesium. I love this parsley tea that I drink when I record these episodes. And those are things that also contain magnesium. It's something that I want people to do more of. Realize that the foods that you eat have a massive effect on the way you look, you feel, and how much energy levels you have. And that is key. And I suppose that is this week's episode. And we're just going to do a little bit of a recap on this week's show, on the questions that came in. Chia seeds or flax seeds, which are, I suppose, better? And we went through the topics that are both a great source of omega-3. They're high in fiber. Fiber keeps you full for longer, improves your gut health. We touched on that nearly in every question right here, right now. And it's not that I want people to eat one over the other. If the option is to do both of them, I highly recommend you both add in flax seeds and chia seeds. Chia seeds are a complete protein, which means they contain all 9 essential amino acids, just like all meat sources, as well as tofu and tempeh being fermented. The likes of the flax seeds have higher omega-3 that reduces inflammation. We're not consuming enough of in your diet, and it actually speeds up muscle recovery, improves your cognitive function. It's great. And white your brain is made up of 70% fats. That's really important. And we're going on to the likes of the other main benefit of flax seeds is it contains lignans, which can reduce chronic inflammation, which is something that improves blood flow and aids in menopause symptoms for those women who listen to and are of that age to this podcast. So then how do I use it? I use it in chia pudding. I use flax seeds as in the likes of my overnight oats or savory oats, sprinkling on stir fries, any which way you get it into your diet. I don't recommend cooking with it because it can cause, I suppose, negative nutrient effects. So it really depletes some of its nutrients when cooked. But that is what I would recommend it is used. It's used in your diet for. And then the natural cacao winner of the high magnesium foods to add into your diet today, 15 grams. Yes, oh yay, is 40% of your daily recommended amount of magnesium. It's that simple. You add in whole foods such as beans, which are 100 grams of those, about another 20%. Hemp seeds, another 15 grams of those is another 20%. And then you're adding in your other greens, I didn't mention those already, your spinach and rainbow chard. All right, so that's wrapping me up to this week's episode. Organic fitness program January for anyone looking to, I suppose, reduce down their body fat with myself. Someone who's not only interested in food, doesn't just know good food, I also grow it too. Starting in mid-January, get in contact, send me an email or go onto my website and fill in the questionnaire details right there, and it comes straight over to me and I get back to you with the details on that program. Organic fitness retreats the 22nd of January. Sign up, sign in to have a good time. Not only a good time, have a great time. The Grow Your Own course on the 15th of January, also in Mullingar in person with myself, full day of activities and grounding there. And we have a 4-week course with myself and Cara O'Donnell, a nutritional therapist, starting in mid-January as well. You want in on any of those things, you hit me up on Instagram, Colman Power. You hit me up on email, Colman Power Organic Fitness. Just reach out. I'm here. So you ask the questions, I answer them. All right, and get on that good stuff. I'll add these hats. They'll be on the website soon. I'll sort that out, lads, for you guys. I'm like a trucker right now. I have a hat. I have a check shirt on. And I'm drinking my pasty tea. All right. Happy Christmas and stay tuned, stay classy. And oh my God, what? Get on that good stuff. Keep it organic. That's the end of it. Stay tuned, stay classy, keep it organic. That's how we roll.